World News at noon. Remember, every child is a child. Support inclusive education. In the highlights, APC in Rivers State wants courts to disqualify all PDP candidates seeking elective position. Sanitation Task Force commenced the distribution of waste bins in Port Harcourt. And ASU blames the federal government for the ongoing lecturers' strike. Now in the detail of the news, I am Ijoma Mbama. The statement by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed, over the federal government spending of 18.3 billion daily on petrol subsidy is eliciting reactions among stakeholders in the oil sector. The chairman of Ipman River State, Dr. Joseph Ubele, in his reaction, disagreed with the minister. Dr. Joseph Ubele, who is also a lecturer of Ken Sarawiwa Polytechnic Bori, further challenged federal government to explain to Nigerians how it arrived at that figure.
Nigeria, as a nation, is still importing refined petroleum products from the international market, arising from the fact that we are unable to fix our 4 refineries. And it is true also that the landing cost of PMS as of today is about 415 naira per liter, and government mandating the marketers to be selling at 165 naira per liter. That implies that government is paying about 280 naira per liter consumed by Nigerians. There's no doubt about that, but the Minister of National Plan is saying that they pay about 18.3 billion naira every day for subsidy. That's not correct, and we will never accept that figure.
Dr. Joseph Ubele explained further the situation with subsidy in the oil sector,
arising from the fact that as of today, NNPC and the defunct DPRO are yet to ascertain the actual quantity of PMS consumed by Nigeria. So that amount should be a big racket for the cabal, or it could be that we are subsidizing for our neighboring countries. So we, in IPMAN, critical stakeholders in the oil and gas sector, we hereby call on them to keep in, they shouldn't lament, they should keep in, because no person asks them to shut down our 4 refineries and keep importing from their friends and allies from the outside the country, the international market. So they should keep in, and they should fix the 4 Nigerian refineries in the no distant time, so Nigerians will buy fuel less than 100 naira per liter.
The Speaker of River State House of Assembly, Ukunyi Owaji Bani, says promises by Governor Wike to see that the Andoni section of the Andoni-Ogoni Unity Road become a reality is commendable. Speaker of River State House of Assembly, Ukunyi Owaji Bani, said this while speaking to journalists after a meeting initiated by Governor Wike to address leaders and stakeholders of Andoni local government area. Ukunyi Owaji Bani pointed out that Governor Wike, through the construction of the Andoni Road, has shown that it has the interests of all sections of River State at heart.
The various segments and various social strata of the Andoni society as represented in the meeting. You have the women group represented, the academia represented, the political class represented, the traditional rulers also represented, chiefs, opinion leaders, and beyond that, even the women group and the youth group also represented in that meeting. That shows you that the composition of the meeting is one that ensures the governor speaks directly to Andoni people. That's what the leaders of Andoni did today. And the assurance the governor gave Andoni people, everyone is satisfied. The governor assured us that the payment for the project, for the completion of the Andoni section of the Unity Road, will be in record.
On his part, the members representing Andoni Okpobo in federal constituency in Nombek Abiente said the project will go a long way in cementing the relationship between the Andoni people and the River State government.
Man, if you know our relationship with this government, our relationship with the governor, our relationship with the party that we have that has produced this wonderful governor that Nigerians have been applauding all this while. Our relationship with him, our relationship with the party has been wonderful. And I believe that this will only go to strengthen that relationship, will encourage us to do better.
The chairman Andoni local government area, Erastus Awotu, said the local governments will ensure adequate security in the local government.
Our representative, the chief, spoke in his vote of thanks. He said he made a commitment that the whole of Andoni will make whatever effort that is required to see that that road is complete. And it goes without saying that it's a collective responsibility, because security is a collective thing. And if the whole of Andoni people have made that commitment, we are there on ground to see to it that security will not be an issue at all. In recent times, we've enjoyed a kind of peace in Andoni, top-notch security, and I'm sure it's going to continue all through this period.
The All Progressives Congress in Rivers State have dragged the Independent National Electoral Commission, the People's Democratic Party, its governorship candidate Sim Fubara, and 31 others before a federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt over the non-compliance of the Electoral Act. The APC is praying the court to disqualify all the candidates of the PDP for the 2023 general elections for allegedly delaying to forward the register containing the names of their candidates to the Independent National Electoral Commission within 30 days as required by law. APC Rivers State also wants the court to disqualify all the PDP candidates in the state for inappropriate signing of the letter containing the names of the candidates before forwarding it. When the matter was mentioned in court, lawyer to the APC, CCDK, moved the motion for substituted service to all the parties in the matter. The court, however, granted the motion which will enable the APC to serve all parties by posting the court's process on their wall. The presiding judge, Justice Ayua Phoebe, adjourned the matter till 31st of August 2022 for hearing. Speaking to newsmen outside the courtroom, one of the lawyers to APC, Living Gifting Jamala, explained why they are in court.
For leave of court to serve the processes on the defendant respondent by subject means, since they have been evading service. We are here to seek interpretation of the court on some of the actions of the PDP with regards to Rivers. We are all aware that political parties sponsors candidates, and in doing so, they must send names of which they intend to sponsor to INEC as required by law. Section 29, Section 106 of the Constitution, Section 29, Sub 1, the Electoral Act, Section 77 of the Electoral Act, and Section 83 sub 3. If you read them together, it gives you an idea of what to do with regards to sponsoring candidates for a political. We are contending, amongst others, that the PDP did not release their register as required by law within 30 days before the conduct of the congresses.
In continuation of its word-to-word back-to-farm empowerment scheme 2022, the chairman of Ikwere local government area, Dr. Samuel Wano CK, has taken its empowerment program to Ward 5 in Omarelu community. Samuel Wano CK, represented by the vice chairman of the local government area, Rejoice Iyenwe, said they are in Ward 5 Omarelu community to fulfill their campaign promises to the people.
We are here today for one of our campaign promises to empower our women to support them in their farm products. We have been doing it since 2016. This year on is the third phase. That's what we are today. We have been doing this empowerment in all the 13 wards we have in Ikwere Local Government Council. We did not end in back to farm. We are also empowering our youth in free WAEC, free JAMB, free NECO. We also support our women, people that are into business. We also support them for the stipends.
The coordinator of the program, Bochi Nserim, said Samuel Wano CK wants to empower the people of Omarelu community to ease the economic hardship in the country.
We're here because we share in your pain. Well and above the fact that the chairman of Ikwere local government and the leader of our party in the South, Chief Barrister Owanyo Sowike, has done plethora of projects littered all over the nook and cranny of this community. Like your leader said when he was speaking, if we drive through your community now, we'll see that your roads are neat. Months ago, we were here to commission your market, but the chairman didn't stop at that. The chairman realizes the pain a woman who wants to go back to farm and do not have money to buy seedlings, nor money to even pay people to clear her farm. The chairman is sensitive enough to appreciate the fact that there are young men and women in Omarelu who have business ideas but do not have funds to start it up from scratch.
On his part, the flag bearer, Rivers State House of Assembly for Ikwere constituency, Prince Nyeche, called for more support for the chairman of Ikwere local government area, Samuel Wano CK, as he continues to deliver dividends of democracy to the people.
If you watch the trend of events in recent times, you can vividly notice the fact that all other political parties have stopped work, they have stopped operation, they are no more in existence. Nobody should deceive you. We are not here to campaign, but at the appropriate time, we'll come and tell all Menelu people what we have for them in stock. But for the meantime, the local government chairman has performed beyond expectation. Therefore, I want you people to continue in that manner. Continue to give him your support. The only way you can support him is to always support his policies and programs. You cannot give him money.
The special advisor to the River State Governor on project monitoring and implementation, Dr. Austin Soar, has called on security agencies to up their game by ensuring those responsible for the recent killing in Yege community are arrested and prosecuted. Dr. Austin Soar, in a telephone interview with correspondent Femi Ngukilede, said the incident has brought pain and sadness to their community. He further said the community is demanding justice for the victims.
I want to sincerely tell you that I'm pained. I'm very hot for that dastardly act, that gruesome murders of innocent people of my community. I'm really not happy about it because I know that the Kana Shaman and Gokana Shaman, they have tried their best. They put in their money, they put in their time and their all resources, and all of us too that they are stakeholders. So the point that a committee was set up and the committee went to the boundary between these two communities, Yege and Bowe, and do a demarcation. And to the best of my knowledge, I believe that these two innocent souls that were destroyed, they have to go to their farm because they are preparing and thinking that peace has been sustained in that area, not knowing that they will meet their death that very day.
The special advisor to the governor on project monitoring and implementation, Dr. Austin Soar, however, called on the members of the community not to take laws into their hands, but to allow the security agencies to investigate the matter.
It is very, very painful to my community, extremely painful that innocent that went for their daily bread. They went out to farm so that they will have what they will give to their family. They were killed. In fact, one of them is is unconscious. That is in the hospital right now. So, but at the same time, I want to also say that my people, the people of Yege community, all those that are in Bori and Kana, and those who are in Gokana, I want to appeal to all of them, the youth, our leaders, to ensure that they live peacefully. They should not take law into their hands. They should not go and make any trouble. There should be no cause for alarm. Everybody should maintain peace and wait for the outcome of the investigation, if there's any investigation.
Still on the news at noon, Sanitation Task Force commenced the distribution of waste bins in Port Harcourt. Plus other stories after this break.
There is power in
breaking satanic chains.
Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him.
Peter was restrained after the angel smote him. The chain on his leg fell off. There are two types of chain. There is a visible chain and there is an invisible chain. When we say chain, what do we mean? Chain is an instrument of restraining. Chain is a satanic bondage. There are many people. You are meant to be a helper to people, but you are a beggar now. There are many stars. The devil is scared of your destiny. That's why he kills your finance, because he knows through your wealth, many lives are going to change. Through your wealth, many souls are going to be rescued. Through your wealth, many people become wealthy. So he doesn't want you to get that wealth. There is marine chain. There's some people, your sperm is under the water. There's some sisters, your womb is under the water. There's some sisters, your wedding gown is under the water. They chained it under the water. There's some people, your money have been chained under the water. That's why you're struggling. I don't know the chain the enemy has put on your leg. Today, that chain shall break in the name of Jesus.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
this light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Admission, admission, admission. Have you ever brainstormed on the right school to place your child? A school that runs a hybrid of Nigerian and Cambridge curricula and also inculcates the International Primary Curriculum, IPC, and International Early Years Curriculum, IEYC? Then visit Crashford International School. Crashford International School are mind-friendly. We ensure the safety of your children, and our teachers are highly qualified and committed. We have all the facilities that support learning: smart boards, language lab, ICT lab, home economics lab, science lab, music studio, and so much more. In line with learning at Crashford, we offered a variety of extracurricular activities that consolidate learning skills. These include robotics and coding, ballet, hip-hop, STEM, sports, music and arts, chess, and many more. Admission are ongoing for creche, nursery, primary, and junior secondary classes. We are located at number 10 Ambrose O. Ogboma Avenue, off Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, River State. You can reach us on the following numbers: 0906 40 00044 or 0807 211 2288. We are definitely your preferred choice for quality education.
Make all of us connect to SIM, securing individual means. Today, before you go too late, Simplified Rivers Youth Database, they project within Rivers Youth need. Identify yourself for your needs employment, empowerment, plus including capacity development. We are carry waka enter www.simrivdb.ng to connect hope, holistic opportunities, programs, and engagements. The process simple. Just register and connect to SIM. This one, na new agenda. This message, now from Project What Rivers Youths Need to secure individual means. SIM.
Still on the news at noon on Super FM 93.3. The Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, says he has not received a directive from President Muhammadu Buhari to resolve the protracted ASUU strike in 2 weeks. The Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, during the weekly ministerial meeting in Abuja, said the President told him to resolve the issues within the shortest possible time. He insisted that he would not succumb to ASUU's demand for their members to be paid the backlog of salaries withheld within the period of 6 months that they were on strike. Meanwhile, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, has accused the federal government of encouraging the lingering strike over alleged provocative indifference to issues affecting the education sector. The former chairman of ASUU University of Port Harcourt, Dr. Austin Sado, said this on Super FM News at 6.
There is nothing government has responded to in writing. Nothing. There is nothing. We had reached agreement on all the issues. We reached agreement with government on salaries and condition of service. We reached agreement with government on revitalization. We reached agreement with government on UTAS implementation deployment. We reached agreement with government on EAA. We reached agreement with government on proliferation of universities and the visitation panel. There is not a single of these that government has come out clearly with a written document. And if you know that this government prevaricates a lot.
The acting Vice-Chancellor of Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Professor Okechukwu Onuchukwu, has challenged researchers in academia in higher institutions to seek for new knowledge to enable them fit into the demands of the 21st century. Professor Okechukwu Onuchukwu said this while playing host to the Tertiary Institute Women Association TIWA during their bi-monthly meeting at Ignatius Ajuru University of Education. He also said that women play a leading role in shaping and nurturing undergraduates in the higher institutions of learning in River State.
So it's important that you guys function the way you're doing. I also know that you make effort to attend conferences, not just within the country, outside the country. That will also, build your capacity in terms of what you're doing in your various areas. Because as a researcher, I believe that meeting together to discuss, the various subject matters, we'll learn more. That will give us more idea in what we're doing in our day-to-day activities.
The president of the association and wife of the vice-chancellor of River State University, Vivian Okogbule, said the essence of the meeting is to synergize with women in tertiary institutions to create ideas and enabling environments for conducive learning.
And this meeting is supposed to help us synergize as institutions, as a women body. We don't want to be working on our own, so to speak. When we come together and we compare notes, for instance, what are you doing in your own institution? How far have you gone? I am doing it this way. By the time I get to know what the other is doing, it will help me to also have ideas, great ideas, create, an enabling environment too for me to also do what I have to do in my institution. So basically what we do is...
Also speaking, the wife of the acting vice-chancellor of Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Chika Onuchukwu, asked their members to initiate ideas that will boost the education sector in River State.
My message to them is to them that have not attended UR meeting, they should come and see what is happening here. It's not a thing of joke. We are not just joking. We learn. I can imagine the schools of all the schools in River State are gathered here today. They should be among and know and experience what we are doing here today.
As part of efforts to ensure proper waste evacuation in Port Harcourt and environs, the Sanitation Task Force has distributed about 1,000 waste bins to residents of OGRA Port Harcourt City local government area. The chairman of the River State Sanitation Task Force, Isoboye Jack, while presenting the items to the residents, advised them to stop indiscriminate waste disposal. He said the Sanitation Task Force wants to return Port Harcourt to its garden city status.
Like when we got into office about 2 months ago, we promised that we're going to start door-to-door operation, and which means houses will have a bin, the 240-liter bins that we promised, and that's what we're commencing today. We have about 1,500 pieces of 240-liter bins, which we're going to distribute to homes. Like, the pilot scheme is going to be like Old GRA, New GRA, D-Line, and some areas in Diop. So today we're starting the pilot scheme, which is in Old GRA, so we're going to distribute 240-liter bins to almost all the houses on the main streets and the side streets today.
The chairman of the River State Sanitation Task Force, Isoboye Jack, also said the task force has created more receptacles in many parts of Port Harcourt. He advised residents to maintain the time allocated for refuse disposal.
Most of the areas that don't have a receptacle, I may have built some more, and perfectly some areas have, some areas in East West Road, NTA Road, Ada George, and some of the area. But if you can see on this side, we have the 1,500-liter bins, which we are dropping off on the huge refuse area, at the receptacle. So we have a lot of them now on the Airport Road. We have. The last time we spoke, which is like about a month ago, we didn't have such receptacles. But now if you go around, you can see that we have created receptacles. There is one that we're going to put up now at the fruit garden area in the next 1 week, which is going to be huge because their refuse there is very huge. Then we're also going to check markets area, and we're going to create huge refuse because we have been on and we have observed that some areas have more refuse than the others. So we know the ones that have a lot more refuse, so we're building bigger receptacles for them.
Some of the residents who spoke to our correspondent commended the Sanitation Task Force for their commitment to keep Port Harcourt clean. Our correspondent reports that distribution exercise continues tomorrow to New GRA. The developmental stride of the chairman of Eleme local government area, Obarilomate Olor, is getting commendations among youth groups in the area. The president of the Ebubu Youth Council, Richard Daboy, said the visionary leadership style of the council chairman, Obarilomate Olor, has brought a lasting peace in the area. Richard Daboy, while congratulating the Eleme local government chairman, Obarilomate Olor, on his birthday celebration, lauded the council chairman for his numerous empowerment schemes for the youth in the area. He also said the youth will continue to partner the council chairman in sustaining the peaceful coexistence in Eleme.
Want to celebrate with our boss, our mentor, our patron, leader, and our father, Eleme Local Government Council boss, on the occasion of his birthday. We are wishing him well and praying that God should grant him his heart desire. We also want to thank him for bringing dividends of democracy in the land of Eleme. Under his watch, the issue of security challenge has become a thing of the past. We have witnessed steady power supply, and also there are several infrastructural development that has been initiated under his government, which will be commissioned in no distant time. Also want to thank him particularly for finding our youth worthy to serve in different lucrative positions under his administration. Oh Lord, truly is the joy of the youth, and is truly a man that has been sent by God to deliver the good people of Eleme.
And just before we go, let's take a look at the headline of our major stories. APC in River State wants courts to disqualify all PDP candidates seeking elective position. Sanitation Task Force commenced the distribution of waste bins in Port Harcourt. And that was the news. It was edited by Shegun Wolabi with the assistance of Ugochukwu Iwuchukwu and produced by Ruki Ogono. You can also visit us on our social media platforms at Super FM PH on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember, every child is your child. Support inclusive education. Good afternoon.
News, sports, entertainment, and talk for the whole family.